And welcome back to 2020 Neanderthal Cup. We're heading into event 4, Jiu Jitsu, where we took it inside to the indoor arena.
Now, how long have you been training?
I have been training since last June, so less than a year, about 9 months or so now. And how long have you been training?
Since 2009.
Okay, so considering Tung has about 10 years more experience than I do, he is a purple belt in Jiu Jitsu. I am a 1-stripe white belt. He's a 4-stripe purple belt. We agreed that Tung would have to eliminate the use of 2 limbs while we were rolling.
As you can see, she eliminated my left leg and my right arm.
For this first round. We are doing 3 rounds that are lasting 5 minutes each.
We're gonna do points, but I wasn't able to keep track of what the points were. So we just go by whatever.
Not exactly. We'll explain as we go throughout the event to determine who the winner of each round was. It's best of 3, so you have to win 2 rounds to take the event. Our current standings are that Krista, am in the lead 2 events to 1, winning swordsmanship and archery, and Tung won the spear throw.
Right now, it's very challenging for me to move. Like, we experimented a few positions before. If she eliminated 2 limbs of the same side, I'm able to maneuver much better. But with 2 limbs diagonally eliminated,
Like your limbs?
No.
it was much harder to move that time. And Krista is known to have really, really good side control, which is her position right here.
I don't think I'm known for anything, but right now I'm trying to attack Tung's left arm, which is the one that he's actually allowed to use, and I just am not strong enough.
It's just a simple control of the elbow here. She's trying to grab right there. No, but it's good that she didn't get too tunnel
At this point, I
vision.
decided I just wanted points. So there I'm going for some knee on belly, which would get me, 3 points for knee on belly? And then 4 points for mount?
Yeah, something like that. I'm not very well versed in these kind of things.
When it comes to the point system, that is.
So right now, I'm transitioning, I'm moving, I'm using my left arm there essentially as to move.
And he's also trying to use a leg that's illegal. That's why you'll hear me in the background tell him he can't do that, and why he's smiling at this moment. Do we have an idea of what the time is at this point?
We do not.
Okay.
But each round is 5 minutes.
So we're going to be here for a little while. You'll notice we're actually doing this in our living room, so the mat space itself is not that big. We will reposition a few times. You'll see times when the couch and a few of the chairs get involved, but we could only do with what we are able to do in our house currently. And Mom, if you're listening, it's okay. I consent to all of this. So at this point, I am trying to take his back. I have to get both of my hooks in, both of my legs inside of his, and that will secure 4 more points for me. Anything you'd like to add, Tung?
We're moving. Once she able to isolate that arm into the head and arm there. Oh, you kick up my leg. Try to grab something.
And at this point, I'm pretty winded already. And we are soon going to reposition because both of us are off of the mat. So we'll be taking it back to the center of the mats.
So I can maneuver. Huh? So I can maneuver out there.
Started right into the butcher choke. It's all right. I got defense for that.
I know I don't have much experience, but I swear Tung is one of the hardest people, must be one of the hardest people to choke. We are getting ready to end the time here as we count down. And Krista will take round 1 based on points and dominant position. Here we're heading into round 2.
Good, moving. Side control is really, really hard to escape when you got only 2 limbs and they're opposite of each other.
You'll notice that this time he's eliminating his left arm and right leg. We decided we wanted to switch it up a little bit. Well, I decided I wanted to switch it up a little bit since it was my choice which limbs he eliminated. We played around with him eliminating both arms, but at that point it was actually really hard for me to control him, or it would eliminate arms for any submissions as well because his arms were tucked down into his belt. And it also seemed to be a little more fair to give him an arm and a leg versus eliminate an entire side of his body.
Now, traditionally, I would go for a frame on her neck, but in doing so, that would expose me to all kinds of femoras because I do not have these in my other legs. So I prefer to keep a modified underhook lapel grip there, grabbing the belt, positioning. Essentially, I'm trying to find a way I can optimize.
At this point, I'm just letting him figure out his situation because I don't think he knows exactly what's happening. Oh!
Moving. Oh, bro. Yeah, we'll get on my knees here. I can use my knees to stabilize myself.
Yeah, he made that roll up as we went along. I think he uses his knees a little more than he realizes, like right there.
Oh, there you go. She goes for contemporary Americana. You can see I can switch up my grip because my arm is blocking me from getting my hip closer to hers.
And that's another rule he made up as we were going along too.
This goes into a seminar that I went to recently at a gym, how controlling someone's back is your goal is to keep your chest on to their back.
And how I'm trying to drive my back to the mat and I'm unable to do so at that point in time.
Even in doing so though, I get mount with just one hook and then, still got mount.
Oh, did you?
But cannot stay up.
And you can hear the heavy panting and breathing. That would be me because my cardio is not ideal for this situation. When we were doing these 3 rounds, we each had a minute of rest in between. So you were keeping your heart rate pretty high throughout. Once my heart rate got elevated in round 1, it never really came back down again.
Krista really liked the split your choke. It's I remember when I first taught her this, and she definitely fell in love with it. And it actually works very well to her favorite position, side control.
And there we go, stumbling into the chair.
Good?
You good?
Yeah.
My favorite part of this is that Tung kept the wrestling singlet on underneath his gi. I chose to take my powerlifting singlet off for this.
You see how my arm is blocking my legs from moving full extension?
He is using his leg there to block me. If you can't tell that both legs are fully active in that position. I'm not one to point out that someone's cheating, but I'll let you guys evaluate that for yourselves.
I adjust my grip here to my 2 isolating limbs to grab my knees instead, because grabbing my leg was impossible at this time.
Yeah, especially because he was using it.
Oh. Integrity, that's the name of the game. Here.
No, it's
And
not.
I kept that fist clenched and always grab the ankle whenever I can.
Uh-huh. And time is about to expire before he's able to close out that.
3-quarter juji is very dangerous.
But notice I did not tap. The armbar was not completed. So it was a draw on that second round. Going into round 3, we went back to allowing Tung to have his left arm and right leg. So right arm is out of the equation and he's back to grabbing that left ankle. Points there for getting into mount.
Staying on mount is very challenging too. We do allow foot lock. We do allow. She hurt her knee somewhere somehow.
Oh, it was fine.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Just had to walk it off after the roll. It's fine.
that's a bit injury.
And we do allow foot locks in the gi.
Even though as a white belt, I have never learned anything
Just
really below
what's
the waist.
legal in white belt division. Straight
Yes.
ankle lock. Chris, I was trying to attempt a toe hold earlier, but
I was not. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to toe holds.
but
I
it's
just like
fine.
to, keep Tung aware of all of his body parts.
I'll just play along.
Chair.
You good? Again, with the heavy breathing.
She really stick with her game plan here. Side control is her key.
Unfortunately, I was having a hard time isolating that left arm.
That's the only way I can keep my arm right there. If I keep it in front, try to put a frame, that's just gonna put that arm in too much of a risk. If she use both her arm limbs and her body weight to get that, I would get submitted.
And now to a point where I really don't know what I'm doing, so.
And into a straight ankle lock.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
So Tung takes Jiu Jitsu. We are officially tied 2-2 heading into the final event. I like our